Okay, next we're going to create our key measures for our balance sheet. So let's get started doing that. So we go to our key measures group here. As you can see here, we've previously filed it under income statement with all its measures. Now we're going to do exactly the same for the balance sheet. Right, so what we do, the first one we create is called, let's look at total assets, total current assets. So you can just follow along with me. So we're creating all our totals now using DAX. Okay, calculate. Use our values. We're going to reference to the type. So we're going to say if the type equals current assets, then extract the value. So we're going to get the values, the previous measure we created. We're going to pick up the values, but we're going to say, go and look at the BS underscore data table, look at the top column, and if the top column equals current assets, go and get me the values. So that's basically what this DAX is telling us. So I'm first going to create all the measures, and then we're going to go and group it like we've done in the previous video. So you can see there's the total current assets. Okay, so I'm just going to carry on. So now we create I'll do the first few, and then I'll speed it up a bit. So not total non-current assets, that you just can get a feel for it again, what we're doing. So now you say where the type here equals non-current assets. Okay, so I'm going to highlight this section here. Copy and paste, just Control C that. So I just highlight this section. I'm just going to speed it up, but you can type it out. Okay. So now, how do we get to total assets? Well, basically, it's measure branching again. We're just going to add the two previous measure that we've created. So it's total assets equals, to be your current assets plus your non-current assets. Okay. Moving on to current liabilities. So I've just copied and pasted it. So the first one we're going to do is total current liabilities, and then we're all going to say if the type equals current liabilities. Okay, that should be fine. There's the measure there, so that's working. Okay, so now we do the non-current liabilities. Okay. And then we're going to add up the total liabilities. So we're going to measure branch again. So total current liabilities plus our non-current liabilities. Okay. So that should be fine. Just want to see something here. Okay, that looks fine. That looks fine. Always just make sure that the description here is 100% correct as per the table, the top column, otherwise it won't work. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now we're going to move on to equity. So I can say Control V again, total equity. So yeah, the tops is going to equal equity. Okay, and then we're going to wrap up with total liabilities plus equity, which we're going to use measure branching again. Okay, so all we have to do here is we're going to say total liabilities plus total equity. Okay, and before we wrap up this lesson, let's just go and file this. Let's just go and sort it. So we click on the key measure field here. We just click on this model. We go back to key measures. Okay, so what we want to do is we just want to click on any of these. Let's click on the bottom one, total non-current liabilities. So what we do here, display folder, let's just file that under the balance sheet. So you'll see now it's moved it to the balance sheet. So what we can do is we can minimize this one. And then we can just drag each one to the balance sheet. So you can just do what I'm doing. Okay, almost done. Okay, then I want to move, so that's the balance sheet. And then what I want to do is this profit before tax. I actually want to just move that to the income statement section. Sheets there. Profit before tax, there we go. So now you see if I roll that up, it's nice and clean. So we've got key measures for our income statement here and then for our balance sheet. If you go back, you'll see it over here. Perfect. All right, that concludes this lesson. We'll move on to the next one.